love is a verb. Now, for those of you that can still remember English class, one of the first definitions of words that you've learned is verbs. And a lot of us, as we say the word verb, we say this in our heads. It's a doing word, which means that a verb is an action. A verb is not a description. A verb does not describe a word. A verb is an action. And that is what love is. A lot of people throw the word love around as if it is something that they can use to decorate a relationship. I love you. They say I love you because it sounds right. A lot of people even say I love you because the other person said it first. I love you too. And as a father, en kyk my nou al ken julle van my man. Ek is hier regtig geworried oor wat mense van my sê nie. I'm at that point, and I'm talking specifically family and people that are close by. Ek is hier regtig gepla hoe mense met my is. My identity, my value, who I am has been cemented, and the cement has been set. There is no cracks in who I think I am. There is no cracks. There is no weak point. Nobody can come and make me feel less than what I know I am. Right? But when it comes to my children, that is now a completely different thing. Right? When it comes to my children, I am still at that point where I need to protect them. I need to protect them emotionally. I need to protect them physically. And a lot of people, I will see them making statuses and Facebook updates where they talk about, hey, don't wrong my children. As sy my kinders wrong. En dan wonder ek altyd, wie wil jou kinders seemaak? Because die way jy dit nou laat sound is as daar's 'n session daar buite wat jou kinders wil seemaak. And from time to time I get reminded why people will put up statuses like that. Because you need to send a message out to the world. Nobody specific, but out to the world. Don't mess with my children. I have got a high tolerance for people that wrong me. Ek het eintlik patience ook even. I've even in certain cases practiced forgiveness of people that wronged me, which means there has been no consequences for them that has wronged me because I've offered them forgiveness. I even pray for many people wat vir my ingedoen het. Because if I'm going to be honest, if you look at the grace that has been bestowed upon my life, I am still better off than 99% of the people that have done me in. In fact, I am 100% better off. People have done me in emotionally, people have done me in financially, people have done me in physically. And here I am, stronger than ever, sturdier than ever. Financially, it's not a problem. My faith is unwavering, which means I'm fine. But when it comes to my children, I have to be super defensive. Because Zeki does not know the politics behind it. Ethan does not know the politics behind why and because let me tell you, if you are a child, you are truly innocent. I can still tell myself when people blatantly do me in, no provocation, and they just hurt you. I'm talking about family. So as a belief, nobody needs to put on shoes here. I'm talking family. If you're not family, I'm not talking about you. So you can relax. But if I'm talking about family, I'm going to luister. But I can tell myself, people are just shit. That is why people do what they do. But it's going to be difficult for Zeki to understand. For instance, that uncle and auntie so-and-so does not talk to them anymore because uncle and auntie so-and-so does not talk to my daddy anymore. It's going to be difficult to understand because Zekkie gaat in sy mind dink, ek het vir uncle so-and-so of vir auntie so-and-so niks gemaak nie. On top of that, uncle and auntie so-and-so have regularly told me how much they loved me. So why now all of a sudden am I not seeing uncle and auntie so-and-so anymore? And that's what brings me to my point. Love is a verb. People are using the word willy-nilly out here because you cannot tell me or my children that you love us when your action does not show it. First of all, if you are going to hurt us or disrespect us or our house at any point, there's going to be consequences. And I personally am mature enough to, if you want to, sit down and talk about it. Let's sort this out. I will tell you, listen, I feel what you did was disrespectful. Let's make an example. It's Sunday night. It's work tomorrow for me and my family at school. You decide that you want to drink, as an example, on a Sunday with your friends and not make the necessary arrangements for you to get home to where you need to be. And because you know that I am somebody that will come to your aid if you are in an emergency, you decide I am going to pick up the phone and phone Cedric now. Now Cedric must get out of his bed at 12:30. He thinks it's an emergency. Meanwhile, we couldn't get an Uber. That's just an example. We couldn't get an Uber. Now you're taking me away from my family. You're letting me leave my family alone at home. En nou moet ek vir jou huis toe vat because why sy kon nie geplan het nie. And instead of coming and talking to me face to face, ek gebruik 'n example, you WhatsApp me and just say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean, it won't happen again. And then it happens again. And then it happens again. Right? So, unfortunately, being mature with some people doesn't help. You can't talk to some people. Some people, it's within their nature. But my point is, don't say you love me if you are not going to live out that description. Because words is not enough. Words is, and especially to my children. Especially to my children. If my children is celebrating, let's say, so let's use Ethan's confirmation as an example. One thing that I try to bring to my children is consistency. That's the one thing I pride myself on. If I give something to Isaiah, I want to make sure that Ethan has at least access to that same thing. And the same to Zekkie. There's no favorites in my house. So let's say you took the time to come to Isaiah's confirmation, but you couldn't take the time to come to Ethan's confirmation. I'm going to have a problem. If you took the time to wish Isaiah for his confirmation and take the time to celebrate with him, but you couldn't do the same with Ethan, I'm going to have a problem. And unfortunately, if you wrong my children, we have a very, very big problem. You have now become my enemy. If you've wronged my children, you have now become my enemy. En ek gee nie vir jou multiple kansse as dit kom by my kinders nie. By my gaan ek vir jou multiple kansse gee. Yes, it's fine, ek gaan jou vergewe, ons gaan weer praat, we can make up, we can go through a year or two of awkwardness and things can subside en dan sien ons mekaar weer. That is fine if who you wronged was me. But if you wronged my children, even if it's in principle, then me and you are no longer friends. Me and you are going to have a big problem. That is a fact. Now, I don't care. Now, if you claim yourself to be harakat, if you claim yourself to be dakfialach, if you claim yourself to be right, and it is the world that is actually treating you ill. Let's say we had a difference. You telling me you can't be harakat genoeg to say, you know, ek weet ek kan sê is 'n bietjie awkward nou, but I'm not here for you, I'm here for Ethan. Ek moet hy verstaan. Because why? What you are doing is you are doing what you are doing for Ethan. You're not doing it for me. And I have to respect that. And that goes for any family. That goes for any family member. Het maak nie saak hoe ek met julle gerol het nie. Nothing stops you from wishing Zeki for his birthday. In fact, as hy wil inkom by my, dan moet hy inkom by my kinders. Because hy kan nie by my gefriet kopie. If you want to, and you know what, it's almost biblical. It's almost biblical. Because Jesus himself said, nobody shall come unto the Father but through me. Sy kan nie by die Here gesig koop as hy nie reg is met sy sien nie. You cannot be on good terms with God unless you are on good terms with his son. And I'm not saying I'm God. I'm saying I understand the concept. The concept is biblical. You cannot be on good terms with me if you are not on good terms with my children. You don't even have to greet me. Ek praat nou van as ons out and about is. But you can greet my children. So, that brings me to my original point, and I'm going to close this video off. Because this video, remember this video is just an example. I want people that can relate to comment. That people that can relate to tell me their experiences. Love is a verb. Love is a doing word. Love is an action. You cannot love me through WhatsApp. You cannot love me through SMS. You cannot love me through a status update. You cannot show me how you love me by telling me you love me. You have to action your love. You can, and by definition, you cannot tell my children you love them. And then when they need you to be there for them, you cannot put yourself aside and say, oh shit, I was planning on going out today, but you know what? It is that boy who I've regularly said I love him. It is that boy's confirmation. So I'm going to at least pop in and give him a hug myself. That's what I'm talking about. Then, when you write them off, and there will come a time, because nobody's life is perfect. Daar is ek om ek try om reg te lewe met soveel as moontlik mense. People are making it nearly impossible. But I try to live right with as many people as possible. En asseblief, moenie van my vra om reg te lewe met jou as hy vir my ingedoen het nie. Moenie vir my vra om reg te lewe met jou as hy vir my 'n tekkie. Ek is nog nie so met so nie. Ek werk nog met die Here, werk ek nog met die patte. Where people that have done me in, and people that have wronged me, and people that have taken time out of my time to make my life difficult, I'm still working on turning the other cheek. Please be patient. But for now, while I'm working on it, you're going to deal with me in my state. But doen my kinders in. Sy doen my kinders in. Sy wrong my kinders. And me and you are going to have a big problem. A big problem. You have gone from family to enemy in my book. And I can tell you now, I don't think I'm special. I know I'm special. And I try to teach my children the same lesson. You don't allow people to wrong you over and over and disrespect you.